Hello YouTube, it is Javid with the JavidVapes Now channel. I am going to do a really quick video about a new e-liquid. Not necessarily new, but it's a good e-liquid, and it's one that I've started allowing my friend Min to vape for me. I'll be right back. Anyway, my friend Min started doing the looper style or Fruity Pebbles, Fruit Loops flavor kind of cereal like Tricks, Fruity Tricks or whatever. If you were a kid and you had Tricks when you were a kid, you'll remember it. Our Fruit Loops, our Fruity Pebbles. So he started doing that for me in Max VG, and it's really good. And I'm going to vape it off of the Smock Preb 220 watt mod. It's a variable mod that is a regulated mod that will do temperature control. It will do just standard wattage mode, which is how I vape it. I'm vaping at 40 watts. That's primarily because I'm using a coil. Yeah, let me read this. Sorry, I got really close to the camera there. I'm using the V8 Baby X4 coils that I'm nearsighted, so I can see everything up close. 0.15 ohms. They can go between 30 and 70 watts. They're best between 45 and 60. So let's bump it up to 45 because it says it's best between 45 and 50, but I usually vape it at 40. So I haven't been vaping it at the right wattage, or the best wattage. I taste a difference. To me, at 45, like, I don't want to say it tastes bad, but I feel like it's, like, I'm so used to vaping at a lower wattage, you know? Like, I'm used to vaping at 40, so vaping at 45, I can really see a big difference. If I was to go up to a higher wattage than 45, I probably wouldn't like it because I'm so used to vaping at 40. So, and I feel like my glasses are leaning to one side. These are glasses that I don't ordinarily wear quite a bit. I like my black frame glasses, but unfortunately they are one side has broken and I had to put tape on them, and so I'm wearing my glasses that are actually not broken. I don't think it would really matter. I put tape on both sides and it looks totally normal. My nephew fixed them for me and they look, he put blue tape on everybody's glasses after he did it to mine. Like, he went through the house and put it on everybody's, and that was my phone. So just hold on just a second. Sorry about that. I usually put on Do Not Disturb when I'm making videos, but for some reason I forgot to do that today. Okay, so it's really I want to talk about the taste first. If you've had Looper before, then you have tasted what I'm tasting, because that's what it tastes like. It tastes just like Looper. Actually, I'm going to go out on a limb here and I'm going to say that as much as I like Looper, I like what my friend at Texas Tobacco did here in Arlington, Texas. I like what he did better with his rendition than Looper's, because it tastes a little bit like lighter, a lighter taste, like not as strong as Looper. Like, Looper is like my favorite of all e-liquids. Like, it is my favorite e-liquid. and it has been since I started vaping. Like the very first day that I tasted Looper, I felt completely in love with that e-liquid. I was like, this is the best tasting e-liquid on the planet. And so, as I don't vape in a very low level of nicotine, I vape in a higher level of nicotine. Looper only comes now in level 6. That's as high as it goes. And so if I want to vape Looper, I have to vape at 6, and I end up vaping way, way too much of it. And it's like I can go through a $50, $60 bottle of it. I can go through it in a week. And so it doesn't, it's not feasible for me financially. So men at Texas Tobacco, again in Arlington, Texas, I'll put the information down below. He only charges, if you buy 2, he'll give you a discount. If you buy 2 of the 120 milliliter bottles, he'll give you a discount. He is very meticulous on his mixing. He is very, very meticulous. I've been vaping e-liquid from him for right now for 8 years. It's been 8 years since the first time I vaped some of his e-liquid. This is back when vaping came back onto the market, and do you remember those little pins? Like, they had the little tank that had the threads down in there, and you had to unscrew the tip off and put the e-liquid down it and vape. That was the first thing I bought from him 8 years ago. And I thought it was the coolest thing. It curbed my appetite. It like made me not crave sweet foods. And that for me was amazing because I have a major sweet tooth. And I really, really like sweet cereals, and I like cupcakes and cakes and stuff like that. So, and I have diabetes. So, unfortunately, I can't eat that kind of stuff. And e-liquid was a godsend for me. It was like a miracle because it was like I could vape that and I didn't have any craving for sweet stuff. 8 years ago, and this is the reality of it. 8 years ago, when I walked into Texas Tobacco, I weighed 473 pounds. Today, I weigh 200 pounds. That's 273 pounds that I lost in 8 years, but really I lost it because I didn't get serious about it until around the year 2012 or 2013 is when I got really, really serious, even as late as 2014. Up until 2014, I was still well over 350 pounds. Well over 350 pounds. I think I was about 380 in 2014. So that was 4 years ago. I was close to 400 pounds. And but it was enough of a weight loss between 2012 and 2014, that 2-year period, the 100 pounds that I lost, because I was like 370, 350, whatever. Okay, so like in 2014, when I got down below 400 pounds, it was such a relief to me because I had been all the way up until I was like, I don't want to, discuss my age, but I had not been overweight my entire life. My entire life I have been 6'3" and about 180, 190 pounds. So I was never overweight. And then all of a sudden, in like a 3-year period, like a 3 or 4 year period, I blew up from the 190 marker, 180, 190 marker. I blew up to 475 pounds. And, e-liquid has been a miracle for me. And I say that in more ways than one because the weight gain caused a lot of major health issues for me. It caused a lot of very serious health issues that I am still dealing with today. I do tend to get a little emotional about it, and I didn't know that I was going to go there in this video, but I guess I'm going to. I have before, so I felt like someone had taken me hostage and had taken my family hostage and had taken my whole life hostage. I didn't know the person that I was when I looked in the mirror. I didn't know who I was. I didn't recognize myself. I didn't know who I was looking at. Like, I was like, who is this guy that I don't recognize? And it was so difficult for me, and I didn't like me. I didn't even like me. I didn't even want to be in the same room with me. It was terrible. And so e-liquid has been more of e-cigarettes and e-liquid whole vaping craze has been more of a miracle for me than for a lot of people. It's been stop smoking. I have asthma, and so I've never really been a major, that's not been an issue for me in my life, because when I did try to smoke, it would choke me up so bad that I had to just say, okay, I can't do this. And that was one of the things I thought would help me lose weight, is I thought, well, I'll try smoking cigarettes, and it didn't work because I couldn't breathe. So I couldn't do that. So this was something else, and I don't say that. I'm not gonna say that. I think I kind of did, but I'm not saying that e-liquid is the reason that I lost weight. But it was a major. It has been a major part of it. It's like I'm eating something really sweet and delicious, but there's no caloric value and there's no calories to worry about. I've talked with all of the doctors. You know, I don't have a lot of doctors, but being as overweight as I had gotten, needless to say, I still have a cardiologist, I still have a podiatrist, I still have my primary care has to monitor me because I'm slowly getting off of all of the diabetes medicines, all the blood pressure medicines, all those things. I'm not having to take those no more, because going from 473 pounds down to 200 pounds, I'm slowly being taken off all of those kind of medications. I'm so grateful for that, because taking all those medicines, I felt terrible. Like I would open, I have these little daily pill things that I carry around with me, and when I would open them, there was literally 27 tablets in each day. And that was, I would look at what I was taking, and I was like, every one of those medicines were for something that was life threatening. Like, if I didn't take this medicine, like, my blood pressure would go out of whack, or, I could get too much plaque in my arteries. There's so many problems with being overweight, with being morbidly obese. And I was morbidly obese. I was so overweight that I couldn't get up from my recliner and go to the restroom. And it was bad. The lucky part is that I wasn't overweight all of my life, so I don't have a lot of hanging skin, and I don't have a lot of, stuff that's hanging. Everything has pretty much bounced back into place. The skin has, went back into place, and the muscle, it reattached. The skin is reattached to my muscle lining, and so I don't have a lot of, droopage or hanging, from my arms or from, other parts of my body. And I'm so grateful for that because I see horror stories of people that were 500 pounds and got back down to 200 pounds and they have all of this stuff hanging off of their body. And I feel so bad for them because I can't imagine having, being that overweight and then losing all of that weight only to look in the mirror and say, I still don't like myself because you have all of this hanging skin problem. And I think that's terrible. That's why I am one of those people that when I see GoFundMe uh, uh, fundraisers for people that want to get that reduced, I donate to it because that person losing that much weight, that person deserves to have a donation to help them feel better about themselves, in my opinion, because I know how hard it is, and it is losing weight is so hard. It is not easy. Um, it's a matter of changing everything about the way you think, about the way you eat, your daily activities, the way you see yourself in the mirror. Just everything has to change. Every single thing has to change about how you feel. And I'll be honest with you, it is not what people think. Body shaming is a big problem in the world today. Not just because they say in our society here in America, it's a big thing. It's all over the world. It's not just here. Body shaming is something that happens in every country, in every culture, everywhere there is a peer group that pokes fun of or makes fun of people based on them being either too skinny or too fat or too short or too, their nose shape is not ideal, their eye shape is not ideal, eyebrows are too thin. There's always something to say about someone's looks. And I think this is something that has to stop. It has to, people need to accept people for who they are, for what they are, for how they look, because this is the way that God created each and every one of us. This is the one body that we have. These are our looks. This is how God created us, and everyone has something beautiful about them, regardless of how they look on the outside, because the outside is just the exterior and what people see. There's so much more going on in here and in here that people can't see. Okay? And that person's wealth of knowledge or wealth of experience may be so much more valuable than a person who is deemed the epitome of looks or a supermodel or the way that society thinks people should look. That person that doesn't look like that may have so much wealth of knowledge and spirit and experience to share with us. Their value can't be based on if their looks aren't falling into that stereotypical mode. So, off of my soapbox about looks, I have never felt like a good-looking person or a handsome person per se. I get told that on a daily. Like I get told by people, yeah, you're a nice-looking guy. From people, I get told that, but I don't think in those terms. I think in terms of what's in here, what's in your heart, and what's up here. Like, what are you feeling towards people? What are you feeling towards the world? And I think that has everything to do, your outlook on the world, and how you treat others has everything to do with who you are as a person. It has nothing to do with what you look like out here. So, um, that being said, I am the youngest of 8, and I have been perpetually. Uh, anyway, this vaping video is over. Peace out. Remember to register at CASAL.org, and let's treat each other kindly and compassionately, because as cliche as it sounds, as far as we know, there's one life that we live, and we need to make the most of it and be grateful for every day that God gives us. Peace out. I'll see you guys later.